Hello, Internet. Today we are taking a look at another product from Alpaka. This is the Flight Sling. As the name suggests, it is a sling bag, in my case, a 2-liter sling bag that is designed for travel and travel carry. The version that I have is, as you can see, this blue color. It comes in their 400D Axoflux. It also comes in a black and a green. And as well, there is an X-Pack version of the same bag. Like I said, this is the 2-liter Axoflux version. So we're going to take a look at some of the exterior features. It is a very thin and light bag. We'll just move that out of the way. It's using it to prop it up. It is a very thin sling. Not a lot of structure to it. It is very malleable, which is one of the reasons why I really like it. It is, fairly small, has a very simple strap on the back. You can see the strap is just a nylon webbing that is, a little over an inch thick. It does the trick for what it is. You're not going to be loading this bag with 10 pounds of gear, so this strap is more than enough. It has good strap keepers on it. It doesn't get dangly out of the way. It has this mechanism, which is a fid lock, a magnetic fid lock, which I love. I use as a fidget toy. It is one of the most satisfying things when I'm bored on a plane. I can play with this. But it is overall a very good strap for the bag. It does detach via these gatekeeper hooks right here on both sides, so you can take it off if you don't want it or don't need it, if you wanted to use it as just a pouch. Other external features, there is a small slip pocket in the back. You can see it's not very wide. It is technically wide enough for a passport, but because it's an open pouch, I wouldn't store anything of value in there. The pocket kind of goes as wide as where these straps are, and it does go all the way to the bottom of the bag. There are 2 compartments on the bag with YKK AquaGuard zippers. I don't love the AquaGuard zipper. They can kind of peel over time and look a little gross, but these are fine for now. They are a little bit more water resistant, and they make the bag look a little sleeker. There are zipper pulls that are just little Hypalon tabs that you can see here with little stitching in them to give you a little bit of grip. Works well. I like them. I have no complaints with the zipper pulls at all. It does the trick for what I need it to do. That's all there really is to say on the outside of this bag. There's not a lot going on with it. So we're going to show you how I pack it out for kind of the 2 different modes that I use it in. Like I said, I use this a lot for travel. This has been on a few flights with me, and I pack it out for the plane. The way that I do it is I'll just toss this in the bag, and then when I get to the gate for the flight, I'll take out the things I want to have close with me out of my travel bag and throw them in here. And this is basically my personal item on the plane. It has most of the things that I need on it. So we're going to start with the front compartment. It's got this little, almost like, not quite horseshoe shape, but a little bit of a curved zipper on it. Makes the access very easy. A nice wide opening. You can see a nice gray interior that makes it easy to see. There is Alpaka's standard key leash and the magnetic hardware there to attach to it. So good if you're on a road trip, you want to toss your keys on there and throw it in. The only complaint that I would have is I don't love it being dead center in the middle of this compartment. I'd love it if this was stitched over to one or the other of the sides, just because if you're not using it, it's kind of flappy and in the way. It's not the most annoying thing in the world, but it's just, I don't use it a ton for keys, and I don't really attach anything to it, so it feels just kind of like this little bit of material in the way. So this wide opening is good for something like my wallet. So when I'm on the plane, I'll just toss my standard bifold wallet into there, and that's kind of the only thing that I'll put in there when I'm on a plane. Maybe my headphones, I'll toss those into there. Just Google Pixel Buds Pro 2s, just toss those into there, and that's kind of all I'll use that for when I'm on a flight. The main compartment here, you can see there's some organization in the main compartment. There's 2 little slip pockets, and then the main area, and then there's a pocket or a slot on the back that has this little like softer material. I think it's supposed to be, to protect from scratches for a device with a screen. It's hard to tell on the camera, but it's a little rougher than I would want to see for it. I'm sure it's fine. It's not my favorite material in the world. I would have liked to just have seen this material in the whole thing, but I have no complaints about it. So in this pocket, what I will usually put for when I'm on a plane is I have my Voltme 65-watt charger. That's just going to go into one of these pockets, as well as a USB-C cable. That's also just going to go into that same pocket. That way I can charge on a plane, and as well as a battery bank. So those are kind of all going to get shoved into this one side pocket here. It may look like I'm overloading it a little bit. That's because of what else I put in here. So you can see I tossed those in there. Next up, my passport in a passport wallet, because it can fit in there, but I just like to have it in the main space of the bag. I find it fits in there nicely, and it's kind of a little bit more secured inside the main space of the bag. Now, this pocket here, it's not big enough to fit a full-size tablet, but if you have an iPad mini, it will likely fit. I have a Kindle. This is a Kindle Paperwhite from a few years ago. It goes in easy. So the other thing that I will stick in here is a Nintendo Switch. Now, the Switch is obviously bigger than the device, right? It's bigger than this Flight Sling. But the nice thing about the Nintendo Switch, this is a Switch 2, the controllers pop right off. So I can take the controllers off, and I will put it in the same pocket as the Kindle, and then I will stick the controllers inside the other slip pocket. So there we go. That is it filled out pretty well, closes no problem. But that's how I will take it on a flight. You can see it gets a little big, it gets a little, it can get a little lumpy, but that does exactly what I want. That's almost everything that I need to take with me on a plane. So I don't have to go up into the overhead bin to grab stuff out of it. Simple, easy, and pretty versatile. So I will also use this thing when I'm out and about on my travels. If I don't want to take the backpack with me, this is a great kind of day sling. I will change up how I will travel with it. I obviously won't have the Kindle with me. I won't have the Nintendo Switch 2 with me. So we'll take those things out of it. I'm likely not going to have my passport with me either. I don't need to carry that. And then even in the front, what I'll kind of do there is the wallet, because I will want that a little bit more secure. I'll toss that into the main compartment. I probably won't have this with me. All I will have with me on this type of trip is going to be the wallet, whether it's in here or in the main compartment. I'll have the same battery bank. I'll have the cable, and then I will also usually keep, this is a packable tote from Peak Design. This is their City Edition in orange. I'll just toss that in there. That way, if I need a little bit more space, I'll do that. And that's kind of my pocket reliever. Close that up. And then it's ready to go for me for everyday use when I'm out traveling. Now, one thing that's not going to fit in here, it's not going to fit a big pair of over-the-ear headphones. I have the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultras, and they won't fit into here. Obviously, it's a little too small for that. But otherwise, it is fine. So that is the Alpaka Flight Sling. This is probably my favorite travel companion. I really like it because it packs down so small. It gets very, very small when it's empty, fits nicely into a bag. And then, for a 2-liter bag, it has a lot of space in it. As you can see, I fit quite a few things in there. It kind of bulges out when you need it to, and makes it feel a lot more spacious than a lot of other 2-liter slings that I've used. It feels like it can hold a lot more, and that's one of the reasons why I like it quite a bit. So that's it. That's my favorite sling. I hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.